wish I had the same delusion that I do when I was two and didn't think that I could ruin anything at all. I could never fall. I wish I had that same conviction, convinced I never.
Hey you guys, it's Mish. Welcome back to my channel where I like to bring you guys along with me as I navigate my faith, fitness, and financial journeys. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over all of those things. First thing that I wanted to actually start off talking about is my fitness journey. So I was scrolling online the other day and I came across this video where this lady was tracking her weight loss journey through like having some marbles and a jar. So I went out to the Dollar Tree and I picked up these cute little jars. So in one jar it will have, I'm gonna put my starting weight on here, and then however many pounds that I need to lose, it will be in these like little gems or marbles. And then as I continue to lose pounds, I will transfer the marbles from this jar to this jar. And then I have a few of my stickers just to decorate the outside. To what extent, I don't know. I don't want it too much. And then I also came across these cute little weekly planners at Dollar Tree because I love Dollar Tree oh so much. And inside of it, I just decided I would write down what my weight was each day. And then at the beginning, the overview, I would just have one slot for my starting weight at the start of the month and then my ending weight. But yeah, I don't know which one I'm going to use yet because I think that they are really both oh so cute. But yeah, I got two. So I'm going to decorate the jars and then I'll come back and show you guys what I came up with. So I'm done. One is cute, one is but it is what it is. Show must go on. So this is the goal weight. These are the little decorations. And then this is the starting weight. And every time I lose a pound, I will transfer a gem from this jar to this jar. Since the start of this year, I'm really proud of myself. Let me start there, that I'm really proud of myself. So things that I'm actually proud of, I happened to come across this liquid vitamin brand and delicious, loved it. And I bought the 16 ounce. I'm gonna see how long that lasts me. It cost about $25. And then if I feel that it doesn't last me as long as I like, or whatever the case is, then I will transition to a gallon size, but that one is $100. So we'll just see how that process goes. The other thing is that when I was going back and forth about what I actually wanted to do with this little weekly planner, I eventually came up with, I wanted to track my weight in here as well as my caloric intake, and then also I wanted to track how often I was going to the gym. So still think this is cute as ever. So within this one, the highlighted days are the days that I actually go to the gym, and then my start and end weight. I feel towards the end of the year, this will be a good quick glance to see like, hey, was I consistently doing what I was supposed to be doing on a monthly basis, and where I started, where I ended it. And then on the simple day-to-day things down here, this is actually this current week here. I just wake up every day, I write my date in there. Down here I track how many times I went to the gym, and then as of recently I started writing down how many calories I was actually consuming a day. So this in total probably takes me like 2 minutes to get on the scale, to write these things down and to highlight in total. However, it all isn't done in the same 2 minutes because I get on the scale first thing when I wake up in the morning. I usually don't put my calories in until the end of the day. And then whenever I go to the gym, once I come home, I will just highlight that I actually went to the gym. But this seems to be working really great for me, and it isn't time consuming. However, I think that it will be a beneficial tool for me later down the line to truly get understanding of how much work that I'm actually putting in and how much attention I am giving towards my fitness journey. So if you're new here, my goal is to get to 155 pounds. So that number isn't set in stone. As I continue to lose weight, I will go back in and gauge and see like, oh, okay, like this is actually a good ideal weight for me. This is what I currently look like within like the last 2 days. So my thing with weight is I'm not super attached to it, but I do feel as a former athlete, you do feel when you get a little bit heavier. Not saying that the weight doesn't look good on you, but you just don't feel like your optimal self. So to me, on that spectrum, I feel 155 is directly in the middle. And I think that that's something where my clothes fit the way that I like, and I personally don't feel too heavy. Now, I will say that as far as body structure and frame, I do have more of an athletic body type, and I think that I've always had that even prior to participating in sports, and I believe that that's just genetics, so that plays a role in things as well. And then weight looks differently on me. So this video that I just posted, I want to say 167 or 168 pounds in there, and I said I'm 5'9". I don't think that it looks bad on me, but that just isn't my preference right now. So we will see as things progress, but some of the positive things that I've been experiencing, as I said, I've been taking my vitamins daily because your girl ain't never took her vitamins daily. So big kudos for me on that one. The other thing that I've been doing consistently is having the meal prep option. So in the past, I feel that when I haven't been hitting the fitness goals that I've outlined for myself, it's either been two things. Either I've been working out and not eating the way that I'm supposed to be doing, or I've been eating the way that I'm supposed to, but I haven't been working out. So right now I am on track with both of those things, so I'm excited about that. And I decided at the start of the year I wanted to reach the goals that I outlined for myself this year, and I wanted to eliminate some of the excuses that I was having for myself. And within saying that, like, there has to be some give and take for me right now. Now, I do think that I will get to a point where I'm meal prepping my own meals and not necessarily going out to buy them. But right now, I like the convenience of just going into the Foodie Fit store, picking out whichever meals that I like. Right now, I feel good about things. Some of the struggles that I think that I come across is just getting in certain routines about eating at the same time, or not waiting until I'm hungry to actually eat, and those two are kind of combined together. And then also my workout schedule, you know, working through my moods that I have in regards to those. So I'm pushing past that discomfort, or like I don't really feel like doing it. It's just like, yeah, that's cool, but you still got to do it. So process that, sit in that for a second, but know that I have to get up and go to the gym. And I never regret going to the gym, even when I'm not as productive as I think that I would be. I always enjoy going to the gym, and I have that, you know, endorphin boost afterwards. So that's how it's going pretty much fitness wise. So finances wise, probably back in 2023, I had bought this Google Sheets budget from Etsy, and I never got around to using it. But just last month, I went in, I put all information in as far as like my bills and my debt and my savings goal, and I am really loving tracking my expenses and then just seeing everything in the Google Sheet. So I tend to gravitate toward Excel sheets and Google Sheets. So yes, I still do have the budget within my budget planner, but that is just, you know, something that I created for the specific budget planner. I'm not really a paper type of budgeter, but because I put it in the budget planner that I created, I go down and I'll jot just at the end of the month what those actual final numbers are. However, throughout the majority of the month, I am within my actual Google Sheet. I want to say I got the sheet on sale towards the end of the year, and it was back in 2023. Maybe I got it for like $4. I think normally it ranges around $10. And within this specific Google Sheet, you get a budget template 1, a budget template 2, and then an actual debt tracker or savings tracker. It's vice versa, so you can use it either way that you like, and you obviously can just create your own sheet. So I'm actually operating from the budget 2 sheet. But outside of that, as far as finances, you know, I still have my A5 binder where I have my cash envelope categories. And for me, my cash envelope categories are things that I've overspent in the past, so I just resorted to using cash. So I transitioned back to using that towards the end of last year. I wasn't really using it. I was still being mindful of what I was spending in those categories, and then based off of how I did in December, I kind of upped some of those numbers. Now, other things that I wanted to talk about in regards to my finances is just that my goal for this month is to pay $2,500 towards my Wells Fargo credit card. Thus far, I've paid $1,800 towards that balance. So I will make another transfer on Transfer Tuesday. Not really sure on what the amount is just yet. I'll have more of an idea when Tuesday rolls around and I kind of look at my finances and see how much I can actually afford to make. But that's one of the things I feel with debt or with anything, you just kind of have to start where you are and then slowly and gradually do whatever you can within your own means to reach that goal. Sometimes your progress is slow, sometimes it goes by quicker than you expect, but at the end of the day, progress is progress. So celebrate that you are making some type of progress. And then, you know, there are those times where you start making some progress and then you have something that sets you back, but don't let that stop you from trying to attain whatever goals that you want to attain for yourself financially. So, you guys, it's 10 o'clock at night, so I'm determined to get some things checked off my list. This will be the face mask that I'm using. I first used this Cubella mask in Seattle when I went there, and I actually really enjoyed it, and I thought that, I think that my skin responded very well to it, so I bought a few more, by the way, and hopefully then next week, the week is a whole week versus this year, you know, the first was on a Wednesday, that I get it together a little bit better. So because it started on a Wednesday, I feel like I was rushing to get stuff done technically within the week as far as the goals that I've outlined for myself. I've been doing my weekly self-care for the last 2 weeks and I'm starting to feel it, starting to get excited about pouring into myself from that aspect. I did go out to Lush because part of my skincare products are Lush based. So I did get a sample of the argan face oil, and well, it comes in a bar, but it's an oil, you know, you just rub it over your skin. I will be going back to purchase that. So probably not this week because the sample size that I got was a great size, but I'm definitely going back to purchase that one. I already used the Fresh Face bar and that one lasts me a few months, so I think that the argan one will be on track as well. Another thing that I got a sample for was for the BB seed mask. Now, originally I wanted to get the oatmeal one, but they didn't have any of those fresh ones. So I have my 5 charity pots. So when you go to Lush, if you take 5 charity pots with your items that you've already bought, they will give you a free fresh face mask. So I think that I will go this week. I'm not really sure. If not this week, definitely next week. But when I tell you that my facial turned out amazing this week, it turned out amazing. I did get a chance to declutter my office. I changed around the furniture in here. Yeah, I'm pleased with the results. I'm in my office right now, and I'm gonna be decluttering the stuff in my closet and then just taking everything out of the office and then vacuuming, wiping down stuff. So one of the things, can't close that all the way because I already partially took out stuff. So I'm going to take all the stuff out of the back end of the closet, and then I'm going to go through and declutter each of these shelves. I have 3 shelves, one with notebooks, one with reading books, and then one with college textbooks. Start with that, and then I will check back in with you guys. Journals, and what I came up with, these ones I'm actually going to throw away because they're old planners and they're actually dated. And then these ones I went through and I ripped out some of the pages for some of them, but they're still pretty good, but I just don't see myself using them. They just are a little bit smaller. Or this one is actually kind of like a bullet journal. This one did have like a small decoration in the front, but I still thought it was cute. And then this is a happy planner geared towards fitness, but I'm not going to use this. Never used it, so I'm going to actually donate these ones. So now I'm going to be moving on to the actual books. So I actually have a few different categories. Some are some biblical stuff that I will put in my prayer space, being that I have a bookshelf in there. Some are some work related things, and then other ones are like books like these that I'll obviously be keeping because I come back and I reread them. These are the books that I'm going to be getting rid of / donating. These are some fiction books that I just took out the thing because I'm going to place them up top. And then these are the biblical books that I'm going to put on the bookshelf in my prayer space. So now that I'm in here and I took like the lights and stuff out of here, I think that I want to move this area, bring this other one upstairs and move all of this up till this wall, and then transition this desk over there and be horizontal to the wall over there. So I'm not really sure, and this desk is super heavy. Like when I tell you guys I almost cried putting it together, I literally almost cried.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly, look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me.
For the longest time I've had this bench and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with the actual storage space in here. I thought I wanted to house some electronics or some like camera gear and whatnot, but right now, being that this is stuff that like I use or I kind of just want out of the way, each year I typically go on vacation and do things, and I like to keep like my postcards and little mementos. So this will be the one for this year because I don't feel like going out and buying a new one. This is something from when I was a bridesmaid. That was like the previous years. And then this other like craft stuff and whatnot, I will just keep that stuff there. Didn't feel like getting rid of it quite yet just because I do use it periodically. But yeah, and everything closes perfectly fine, so that's good.
Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind when we rewind.
Next up on the agenda for me is travels. I originally planned to go to Vancouver as well as California this month. Not gonna happen. I already missed my Vancouver flight. I was actually supposed to come back yesterday, and I ended up not doing it for several reasons. One, just because I had my list. I'm a planner when it comes to what activities that I'm gonna do, places I'm gonna go, hotels that I would like to stay in and all that stuff. And I just felt I hadn't had all that stuff squared away, and it wasn't that much of a deterrent for me, because honestly, in situations like that, like, I could book the hotel at the airport if it's that serious to me. Like, to me, that's not a big deal, especially when everything else is gonna be paid for. But then once I got closer to the actual date of my flight, I was supposed to leave on January 8th. I was just like, eesh, you know what? Right now, the smart thing for me to do financially is to not spend extra money to take this trip right now. So I might as well cut my losses with the flight that I bought. So I bought an ultra basic flight. So pretty much you just lose your money in those regards. And maybe the flight was like $230 round trip. And then probably would have been like close to $300 in total, because I would have just had to pay for my checked bag there and back. But then when I started thinking about it, I said, so in order to not lose $300, you're gonna go out and spend $1,500 additional dollars just like on the activities and food and transportation and the hotel. And I'm just like, you know what, I would much rather for that money to go towards my debt right now, and then on the back end towards the end of the actual quarter, then potentially go at that time, or possibly go when it gets a little bit warmer. Because the more that I thought about it, I'm like, I'm cold right now in Vegas, so how cold am I gonna be in Vancouver? And I've never taken a winter vacation, and I was like kind of hyped on that, and I wanted to do some bobsledding and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm a spring and summer girly, and I know that. I just started liking fall not too long ago. My birthday's in fall, mind you. But you know, it is what it is. And then I did have an upcoming trip in San Francisco, but everything that is going on in California right now, out to those individuals that have lost their home and that are starting over from ground zero. I can't even imagine if something were to happen to my home. So yes, I know that it's in San Francisco and it's not in LA, but I still feel a little unsettled about going to San Francisco at that. So that was a $42 flight. So I'm gonna chuck that up too. Keep in mind, this is the first time where I've bought flights and not made the trip. So that's new. And then at the same time too, I'm like, dang, I just came up with this motto. It's like, you can do it all, why choose? And then now I'm choosing not to do it. Make it make sense. But at the end of the day, I'm also not going to do something that I feel at the end of the day isn't going to be all that beneficial for me. So as I said, I can make those trips up on the back end, and I'm not gonna sit and fuss about $300 that I lost on 2 different round trip flights. I'm just gonna be better about the situation next time. And then the last category that I wanted to talk about is my faith journey. So I haven't been doing as good as I would hope on those things. So I find that I haven't got into a daily routine of waking up and turning to my daily devotional. I'm reading 100 Days of Believing Bigger. And every time I sit down and I read a few days, like, I'm just like, oh, heart touched, mood inspired. Now today I was at the coffee shop and I was like, maybe I should have read this at home, because when I talk about being on the verge of like crying and like emotional, that was definitely me. And I'm like, oh Lord, I don't want to be crying in public, like they're gonna think that something's wrong. But it wasn't those type of tears, but it was definitely stuff that was like speaking to me spiritually. And every time that I turn around, like, I feel that this book, well, this devotional / journal is really just pouring into me. So I want to get into habit of just reaching for that daily. And that's part of the thing that I want to incorporate into my morning routine. So ideally, I would like for the first hour of my day to be reflective of like that 5 a.m. first 3 pockets, spending 20 minutes on each of those between move, reflect, and grow. So on the days that I work. On the days that I'm off, it will be slightly different. I will have more time to devote to things throughout the day. But on the days that I work, I definitely want that to be how my first hour will go. So this upcoming week will be the first week where I will gravitate towards that. The first 2 weeks, haven't went ideal, but there's definitely some wins under my belt that I am proud of myself for accomplishing. There's definitely some momentum that I'm starting to build in each of the areas. And I definitely am getting in the spot where I tend to side more with pushing myself to achieve something versus sulking and being like, oh my gosh, like you didn't complete this, or being discouraging towards myself, or coming up with excuses as to why I can't complete things or why I won't complete things. But at the end of the day, all I can say is that every opportunity that I have, or every day that I have, is another chance for me to push towards a goal that I've set for myself, and then either it's going to show me what I'm doing right, show me an area that I can improve on, or show me the tweaks that I need to make along the way. But as usual, you guys, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I hope that you guys leave me a comment down below letting me know how your new year is going thus far. And as usual, take time to enjoy your own journey, and I will catch you guys in the comments into the next video. Bye.